They don't even want to accept the helping hand. And a lot
That
of the
is so
times
true.
when that happens, cool, stay on the fucking ground. Then you're going to fail. But you have to be open. You can't become arrogant. The moment you become arrogant is the moment that you will always fail. It doesn't matter how successful you are.
Exactly. Because I mean, think about it. Okay. I'd written this down a while ago and I'm just kind of flipping through one of my notebooks and it's the law of explosive growth, right?
Mm,
So, there's four things really that boil down to explosive growth, right? And what it is you bring, obviously you have something to bring to the table. Then what do you do to contribute best to your world, not to the world, to your world,
mm,
okay? What do you want to accomplish? And then how can you serve other leaders?
mm.
So if you can articulate every single one of those, you go very deep into why you answered it the way you did. That's how you grow explosively,
Mm.
right? But the key to that is, and to piggyback off of what you had just said, is that you can't let that explosive growth turn into arrogance,
Yeah.
right? We've seen it happen 100 different times in a
Yep.
in 100 different scenarios, right? Especially if you get around a group of like-minded individuals
Yeah.
that want to be, that are just killers or on their way to be, and then all of a sudden you puff your chest out and you act all big and bad. But again, if you want explosive growth, you have to throw the arrogant side of you to the side. You
Yep.
have to throw your ego away. You have to just become a sponge and learn, because the quicker that you can learn and understand that you don't know everything, no matter what level of business you're at, the more dangerous you become in business.
Yep.
Like if you, Andy says it all the time,
Yep.
if you can start from zero at the beginning of every single day, you're never going to treat it like at the end. You're always going to keep fighting. You're always going to keep pushing and persevering through whatever comes your way.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. That's awesome. I love that. I think a lot of people we all love being around like-minded people. We all love people like us. But are people like you who you would hang around?
Mm, nobody asks
Because,
themselves that.
yeah, would I hang around with myself? If you could make five clones of yourself, would you hang around you? Probably
At this
not.
point, I don't know. I'm not who I want to be yet.
It's not about who you want to be, it's about who you are every day,
Mm,
right? Are you serving people? Are you consistently leveling up? Are you always looking for knowledge? Are you fucking disciplined? Are you inspiring others? By inspiring others, you can inspire yourself. Are you helping others every single day? It's never just about who you are, it's about what you're doing, the actions you're taking, the words that are coming out of your mouth. How do you speak about your friends?
mm,
How do you speak about the people you work with? How do you
mm.
speak about the people that's going on the street? How do you speak about that homeless person that has nothing in life but is the happiest person in the world?
Yep. God, I love that. That's so true. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, that's something I struggled with greatly before, and I'm still not perfect at it. But the judgmental side,
Hmm.
that's something that was so deeply ingrained in my head from just what I was conditioned around, right? Like, oh, they're lesser than, like, oh man, why can't they do this, that, and the third?
Yep.
And and it's not always the case. Sometimes they've gone through hard, just incredibly hard things,
Yeah.
and they're going through, let's say from a military perspective, because that's the family that I've got, is that sometimes my grandfather had PTSD. And if I try to talk to him about World War II, I wouldn't hear from my grandfather for another week.
Yeah.
He would just disappear.
And what you probably didn't realize is it had nothing to do with you,
Yep.
except he was trying to save you. Because
Yep.
there's certain things that when you, so he was drafted. And
Yeah.
when you volunteer for something like that, there's certain things that you just wish you would have never seen.
Right.
And it's hard for people to understand that, but I'm going to make it very, very simple. you've gone through things, you've experienced things, you've done stuff in the dark that nobody but God knows about. You wouldn't tell everybody about that because they don't need to
It's
know.
true.
They wouldn't be able to handle it mentally. They wouldn't know how to take that information. They would perceive you differently if they knew, right? Now, some of these things are powerful. Some of these